¿Qué tal, señores? Aquí estamos sábado a las 11 de la mañana en su programa From the Neighborhood. Bienvenidos al programa. We're here to have a lot of fun and get into the different communities, bust across the headlines, break apart the stereotype, and get to know who our neighbor is. These are people that are living right next door to us. They're doing pretty amazing things. They're folks who are coming up with all sorts of stuff, whether it's TV programs, nonprofit charities, CEOs of companies, apps that you probably have on your phone are built in neighborhoods just like ours. And it's unfair that many times these neighborhoods don't get the proper love. They don't get the headline news. I mean, it's just like really brief stories where we're saying to ourselves, is that all there is about this community? Well, guess what? There's a lot more. And every week we come onto this program, we get to know who these people are in our communities. Aquí es donde conocemos el vecino que está al lado de nosotros, que está haciendo cosas sobresalientes, que no lo está reportando la noticia. Y así claramente nos estamos llegando a conocer uno al otro a través de mucho más que las redes sociales, y diciéndole, hola vecino, ¿cómo estás? ¿En qué anda? Y ahí conoce tú su historia personal. Y si usted tiene una buena historia, if you've got a great story and you want to be part of the program, you guys can jump on here, jump on From the Neighborhood on any of the social media platforms and reach out to me and tell me, hey, Anthony, I've got a great story. Or you know what? My friend, they've got a great story. And bring them onto the show and let's talk about it. Let's let people know what's happening in the community. So si ustedes tienen una buena historia, ya ustedes saben, puede venir tú o puede nominar un amigo para que cuente su historia aquí. Y aquí estamos de celebración, señores. Ustedes están viendo lo que está aquí atrás. Tenemos muchas cosas aquí pasándole en el estudio. Well, guess what? This is our first year here at Latino Mixx. Since I started this program here From the Neighborhood, we have an entire year. It's been a lot of fun. I got guys in the background shooting off the horns. These guys are going to go ahead and make some noise. I myself got my own horn. And we are having a blast out here. Guys, this is our 1 year. We're celebrating here, telling neighborhood stories, contando la historia de cada vecino un año completo aquí, señores. Esto ha sido una batalla tremenda, tratando de buscar esas historias buenas de cada vecindario, a conocer las personas. Y ese ha sido una batalla que me hace sentir muy bien, porque muchas veces nosotros estamos pasando por nuestros vecindarios, derecho a la casa y al trabajo. It's true. We don't even stop halfway. We're just in and out. And we're busy. We've got kids. We've got work. We've got our own social lives. But our block gets forgotten. And this is an opportunity to get to know your block and represent your block. And as you know, I've got a pretty cool story, and you guys can jump on there and get me my birthday wish, which is having you as a customer picking up one of the cool shirts that says, I am Brooklyn, I am Queens, I am Long Island, any place you want to represent. We've got stuff that helps you get your name out there. And even for the professionals who are out there helping people get into homes, that is an opportunity for you to let them know the business that you are an excellent professional in. And as you walk around, who knows who's the next customer you're going to talk to. So, señores, ya ustedes saben, en la tienda fromtheneighborhood.com ustedes pueden recoger la mercancía y representar su vecindario para que lo lleguen a conocer y conocer lo que es tu vecindario y sentirse orgulloso de donde ellos viven. And this is the way we got to do it, guys. We got to represent our community. So, with that, folks, we're going to get ready for a jam-packed show. And I'm going to introduce you with some old school songs. I'm not going to go too far back, but I'm going to go with Mr. Cheeks because this show's going to start and it's lights, camera, action. Let's go.
De regreso con Anthony from the Neighborhood.
And here we are, guys. We're back as we celebrate 1 year here at the station. I definitely want to give a big shout out to the sponsors that are making it happen. And I've got a great sponsor for the month of April. So I just want to shout her out. If you guys are looking to move into a neighborhood and get into a community, you got to get in touch with some of the folks who we're announcing here because these guys are supporting us in what we're developing. So este programa ha sido patronizado por una persona que nos está ayudando en este mes de abril. Quiero darle el anuncio a ellos de un pronto. Tíramelo, DJ. Boom, there it goes. Susi Padro trabaja para Nationwide Mortgage Bankers. El número de teléfono de ella es el 516-281-5433. 516-281-5433. Y ella está ahí para ayudarle a ustedes con sus préstamos. If you guys have questions, refinancing, or you're looking to purchase a home, it's Susi Padro, Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, 516-281-5433. And her NMLS number is 1310470. El número de licencia de ella es el 131-0470. Ya saben, Susi Padro, 516-281-5433. Susi Padro, 516-281-5433. And let's get back to the show. All right, so what do we got lined up for today? Well, obviously, I'm blowing my horn here. And that is for the party that we're having here. And it's our first year here at Latino Mixx. Thank you, DJ, for the applause. Lights, camera, action. The show's ready to go. I've got some people who are on this program. And, you know, they're on here from the goodness of their heart. And I'm hoping you guys get to know who they are. And they help become part of the celebration of whatever it is you're doing back at home. So, si ustedes tienen celebraciones, cumpleaños, fiestas, aniversario de cualquier tipo, yo espero que ustedes estén llamando a esta gente porque están aquí celebrando conmigo y son gente que saben celebrar. Y vinieron aquí por su parte para contar su historia, para que ustedes lo conocen. Más allá de lo que ustedes están pensando cuando estén en su fiesta, ustedes van y le tocan la puerta como le hacen a los DJs. Man, drive DJs crazy. Tócame esta canción. I want to play this one, play that one, play the other one. The DJ's like, man, I got a job to do. You know what? Sometimes you got to get to know the people. And I brought on some pretty cool people here today that you might have seen them on YouTube. You might have seen them at a party. And you're like, man, they sound pretty good. But you never stop to have a conversation with them. You see these people, they're performing. They're bringing to you their goods, their services, but then you never have a chat with them. ¿Y cómo es que tú ya vas a conocer la persona que está ahí afuera dando de su talento si no es que lo viene a escuchar aquí en este programa? Y yo aquí quiero darle la bienvenida a un invitado que tengo que me vino, bueno, comenzó en Queens, pero no me vino tan lejos porque ahora está con ustedes aquí en Long Island. Pero quiero darle la bienvenida a Joel Valerio. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, man, we got a loud applause here. The crowd's going loud. I know you're used to it. Usted está acostumbrado a escuchar ese ambiente, right?
A veces. We get a tough crowd here and there once in a while. But, but then we warm them up and then.
Cuéntale ahora, si estamos hablando de que tú tienes una audiencia ahí afuera, tú estás en una tarima. Like, you're on stage if you have an audience. So, what are you doing on stage so people know?
Oh, man. Sometimes it doesn't even matter if it's a big crowd or a little crowd. I'm having fun with my guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's or sometimes what I'll do is I'll find, if it's a tough crowd, I'll find that one person that's having a good time, and that's it. I'm locked in with that person.
Ya escucharon, señores. Let's let out the cat from the bag. Valerio, you are the music group.
Yes.
Este es el grupo de música Valerio, and you guys are like hot on fire right now with a song.
Thank you.
Which we're going to get to. Quite a few, actually. You guys had 2 or 3 songs that already, like, people are hearing it. It's like household music.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So, ustedes están en los géneros de bachata, están cantando merengues, tienen títulos originales.
Correct.
So, this is interesting stuff. Who's the writer behind these things, by the way?
My brother and I.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're the ones that write everything, compose everything, record.
Wow.
We're the ones with the ideas, and we feed off of each other.
So this started in Queens, because now you're in Long Island, but this started in Queens. Talk to me about Queens, the ambience, about where you guys got started.
Oh, man, I grew up in Jamaica, Queens, born and raised Jamaica, Queens, and there was so much culture there. There was so many different nationalities all over the place.
Jamaica, Queens is like a center for music, by the way.
Yes.
So you got a lot of notable people that came out of there. I think Louis Armstrong and things like that. But you guys were doing this, in restaurants? Did you start in your house? Did you start in a friend's house? How did this come about?
All right, so I started playing guira was my first instrument. Haciendo bulla en la casa with a guira. And my father also played a little guira, a little tambora, piano. My father was a musician himself. But when he came to the States, le tocó, hay que trabajar, I can't be jamming here.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
You come from another country, you have whatever your profession was, you come here and it's like, listen, I'm going to wash dishes, I'm going to do whatever I can because I have an immediate need right now.
Correct.
Did he ever go back to playing instruments?
Yeah, but just in the house. But he doesn't perform, nothing like that. He plays a little piano. Now I got him an accordion a few years ago. So toca el acordeon just in the house, but he doesn't get out there to the.
So you and your brother are the ones doing the songs right now.
Yes.
How was your father? Was he in the background, like, the cheerleader, just like, oh my God, look at my boys?
Yeah, my father's been apoyándonos since day one.
Yeah?
Since day one. Anything that we needed, he was always there.
Talk to me about day one. What was your day one? La primera guitarra, la primera guira. ¿Cuándo fue que te llegó a la mano?
Well, la primera guira, siempre había una guira en la casa. Every Dominican has a guira somehow in the house. O si no se la inventa, coge lo que es guayar el queso y comienza con cubierto.
Yes,
un cubierto o un peine or something.
Yeah.
But we always had a guira in the house, and we had a tambora. And the first guitar, I wanted to buy a guitar, but I didn't have the money. So I would ask my father, Pop, please. I saw a guitar at a pawn shop for $60, and I begged him for about 2 months. And then he was like, you know what? Here's $40. I'm like, yo. I'm not going to be able to buy this. Vete y negocia.
Tú estabas haciendo todo lo trabajito dentro de la casa. Like every little job you can get at. Pa, yo limpio botas, yo lo cansé.
Everything.
Pa, yo no necesito eso. ¿Qué es lo que tú quieres? 40 pesos.
Yeah, so me dio los 40. And then I went to the pawn shop.
Wow.
And then I was like, quiero esa guitarra, pero solamente tengo 40. And he was like, bueno, son 60. And I was like,
it was $60.
It was $60.
How'd you get it for 40?
that's where I learned how to negotiate. Well, from my end, I didn't have a choice because that's all I had. But then the guy was like, you know what, dame 50. And I was like, listen, all I got is 40. Yeah. Ayúdame. I really want, yo quiero aprender. He took down the guitar, la tocó, and it sounded amazing. And I was like, I can't do it. All I have is 40. So as I'm walking out, the guy goes, dámelo 40.
Let's give the kid a break. Now, tú llegas a la casa, hay una guira en la casa. Tu papá tenía su tambora.
Había una tambora, yeah.
Okay, so you have two instruments. You have guira, you have tambora. You want it? I said it in English, tambora.
Yeah, tambora.
My English speakers, you know what's up.
Yeah.
So you have two instruments at home. You got the guitar.
Yes.
Right? Cuando llega a la casa con la guitarra, ¿qué dice tu mamá? Que hay dos muchachos en la casa con instrumento. Ahora sí el escándalo.
No,
Your mom's like, is she going nuts? She's like, oh, these kids are going to make a mess. What's going on?
No, well, I guess she was okay with it because we were into like the whole wrestling thing. So we were breaking beds. We were making noise already. So it's like, at least now they'll just make noise. They won't break beds.
Algo más pasivo,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
She's like, these kids are going to calm down now. So instead of them breaking their heads and tables, they're going to, maybe break open the tambora, hit it too hard or something like that.
So she was okay with it. And the guitar isn't as loud. It's not like it's like an electric guitar. It was an acoustic guitar. So
Right.
But I had no idea what I was doing.
Biggest inspirations, as you're developing your music group, you're looking to the ones who've already made it. Biggest inspirations. You're sitting at home, you're watching TV, and you're saying to yourself, I want to be like that guy. Give me some names.
My biggest inspiration wasn't, although the big bachateros are, but the person that actually like turned that light on for me was this guy at the Dominican Parade. He had his name is Damon, good friend of mine. I met him years later, and I was like, I told him, listen, you inspired me. Right. He was at the Dominican Parade with a guitar, and then he had like a little amp, like an electric, like a battery-powered amp in his book bag. So he'll play his guitar, and he would just walk around, and everyone went crazy. And I'm like, whoa, who's this guy? What is this? I want to learn how to play guitar like him, because I already knew a little bit of guira, but I was ready to take it to the next level.
Wow. So when you decided, hey, you know what, I'm going to get into the guitar, was there like other things where you're like realizing, you know what, I'm playing the guitar, but I have to sing. I have to learn this, and I have to learn how to probably perform. Like this guy walks and plays at the same time. Like, was it as easy as just pick it up and play, or were there other things that you were like not even ready for?
I wasn't ready. I had no idea what I was doing, but the hardest thing is starting. So I did that. I got the guitar. I was able to. Actually, my father had a clothing store in Jamaica, Queens. Yeah, and I used to go and help him and work there sometimes. So I had my guitar there. And this guy named Tito Rivas, we get into him later. He walked in like a regular customer. He saw the guitar, and then he was, oh, let me see the guitar. And then he just started playing Perrito by Anthony Santo. And then my mom that was there at the time.
¿Y tú no lo esperaba?
No, I wasn't there. Oh. That day I wasn't there. I had just kept my guitar. I would go after school. I'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking about it, like my mom was like, yeah, keep the guitar here, because she didn't want all that noise in the house.
Wow. So estamos hablando Jamaica, Queens, right? So Jamaica in the house.
Yes.
Tu mamá no quiere la música in the house. Te está echando para afuera y dice, déjala donde tu papá. Tu papá tiene una tienda de ropa.
Sí.
Y tú llegas a practicar en la tienda.
En la tienda.
Pero estamos hablando de que cómo tú practicas en una tienda. ¿Tenés un televisor donde tú estás viendo el movimiento de la mano? ¿O fue este cliente que acabó de entrar que te enseñó?
El cliente, porque en aquella época, no, I don't know how long it's been out, but I didn't have YouTube. I didn't have a smartphone. I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
I had a flip phone.
You want to say how old you are?
I'm 35 now.
Hey, 30.
That was 20 years ago.
We're making... It's happy birthday here for the station. At the end of the day, vamos a hacer cumpleaños tuyo. 35 años no había ningún YouTube.
Yeah.
So, tú te estabas aprendiendo con la gente que estaban alrededor de ti.
Exacto. So,
¿Cómo tú hacías con esta persona?
Entonces, él entró, tocó la guitarra y mi mamá me dijo, oh, yo tengo un hijo que quiere aprender.
So, your mommy makes the connection.
Yeah, she makes the connection. She was like, yo, I got you. So, the following week, she sets it up. He comes to the store, and I'm there. And then we go we had like a little back room.
Yeah.
And he gives me a lesson there. And he gave me homework to do for a week. Well, 2 weeks. He was like, I'll see you in 2 weeks. And 1 week I called him. Tito, I learned it already. I'm ready for the next one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eso es tener gana. I love it.
Yeah, él no lo creía. He's like, all right, déjame yo ir. He came and he saw me doing it. He was like, oh, shoot. Está aprendiendo. Sí. He's hungry. And then he gave me another lesson. And then just like that, I
love it.
In a matter of a few months, I started learning really fast. So then I started teaching my younger brother. Because when I would finish practice, I'd see my younger brother take the guitar and try to do it himself. And I was like, all right, you want to learn? So you do it.
Got
so
you.
I got a lesson. Then I passed on my lesson to him.
Love it. Oh my God, this is crazy. You know what? You know what's the ongoing theme? Lo que yo sigo escuchando, casa.
Yeah.
Right? So I hear that, you were at home wrestling. Then your mom said, don't play that in my house. Then your mom says, take it from here and take it to the clothing shop. And the guy gives you homework.
Yes.
And you know what? You're from Jamaica, Queens.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to throw this back with a jam from Run DMC. Whose house? Run's house. Let's go.
De regreso con Anthony from the Neighborhood.
Así mismo, señores, todo pasa en casa. So there you go. Everything happens at home. I mean, this was something that you just kept going back to the house. But your mommy doesn't want you home. You have to practice at your dad's store.
Correct.
And you're picking up the guitar real quick.
Really fast.
So what was some of the little, like, I don't know if you call them little beats, little jingles. What are some of the things you were doing? Some popular songs that you started to play with, like your first ones?
Okay, so it was nothing like that. So before you can run, you have to learn how to walk. So before I play lead guitar, I have to learn how to play the second guitar, which is the background guitar that keeps the rhythms. So that's what I learned first.
That was your homework assignment.
That was my homework. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's what I told my brother. Like eso es la base en la música. Like a lot of these guys that are coming up now, they're great, but they just want to learn how to solo and be front and center. But you have to know how to do the different rhythms. You got to know how to do the background.
Now, your brother is involved with you, and you made this almost like a family thing, friends and so forth. Talk to me about the different roles. How do you complement each other now? Because obviously you were teaching your brother. So did you like leave something out and be like, I'm not going to teach you that. That's my thing.
No.
Because you all got each other's own style now, right? So how do you guys distinguish that when you're both coming up at the same time?
Okay, so I learned early that he is a way better singer than I am. Like my brother,
it's like a Venus and Serena. Yeah. This is what's going on right here.
Pretty much, So and he's an excellent guitar player too. So there were to this day there's many songs that I can't sing. They're out of my vocal range.
Yeah.
So I would let him sing. Oh, can you do this? So he would do that, and then there's things in the guitars that he can do, but I can do. So we pick up each other's slack here.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And there's some things that I know I can teach it, but I can't do it.
Right.
So I'd be able to teach him, this is how I want you to hit this note. This is how I want you to sing here. But I can't do it myself. But he has the physical ability to do it.
That's interesting. So now, Queensborn, we went through Run DMC and so forth. I have to ask you a question on your favorite baseball team.
Okay.
So who is it?
Mets.
Mets all day. Yeah, the Mets are looking pretty good this year, so let's hope they keep this up, especially now. Don't ruin it, guys. This is my 1 year anniversary here. I want to report some good stuff on you guys. Yeah. So the Mets are looking pretty good. Obviously, having been in Queens, there's a lot of Latinos in Queens. I've had people come here and they're like, you hear Jackson Heights, you hear Corona. We're talking about Jamaica, Queens. And I'm curious to know, like, when you got your first gig, your first job, like, first of all, how old were you, right, when they first contracted you guys? And you did it for some money. You did it for some pay. And where did you play? Did you go to Jackson Heights? Did you go to Corona? Where were you? Where was the venue?
Well, the first venue that I played at was on Hillside Avenue, right off of 150th Street. It was a little restaurant. It was a grand opening, actually. And I can't even remember to tell you how much we got, but it wasn't much.
In Jamaica, Queens?
In Jamaica, Queens.
So there you go. We got Latinos in Jamaica, Queens.
There's a
and was it a Dominican spot?
It was a Dominican spot. Yeah. I think it's still there. I forgot the name of it, but it's still there. So
grand opening of a restaurant, you're there. I mean, what's going through your head right now?
There must have been maybe like 20, 30 people there, and I was nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, this is technically my first paid performance, but se tocó. It wasn't the greatest performance.
Yeah.
But it was my first.
But they didn't boo you off the stage.
No, I didn't get booed. I don't think I've never gotten booed. Thank God.
Yeah. Wow, that's good, man. I mean, I can imagine your fingers were trembling. You didn't even know what to do at that point in time. You're looking to your brother. You're like, "Yeah, we got this," and you're both.
Actually, he wasn't playing with me yet.
No,
because he was too young. I was like 15, 16. He was 12,
Wait, you
13.
didn't tell me your age. You were 16 years old.
16 years old. So my brother was still, he was 13 years old.
Wow.
So my parents were like, all right, you can't we can't have you out there just yet. You know, it's bad enough that I'm out there.
Is that the boy wonder?
Yeah.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
So you guys, that was your first gig, but this has been a long time ago. Why don't you run some numbers right now in terms of like where you guys are standing and even like where people can reach out to you, because that was his first booking. Guys, he should be getting many more bookings. How do people reach out to you if they wanted to book you today? You know, now that you are where you are and where you're going, how do they call you? How do they reach you?
Well, the easiest way is Instagram, is Valeria_music, or you can call us at 929-344-3733.
Okay,
Or
say it in
also-
Spanish. And music, by the way, has a
Okay.
Z in it. So fix
Yeah.
that for me real quick.
Yeah.
But spell it out.
All
right.
right.
So Valerio con una rayita así por debajo, right? So a little line at the bottom, a little underline. Music con Z,
Con Z.
right? Y es Z como MUZIC. All right.
Exacto.
So ya ustedes saben cómo encontrarlo en Instagram. ¿Y el número de teléfono en español?
El número de teléfono es 292-344-3733.
All right, so ya ustedes saben cómo contratarlo a ellos para que le pueda ver, no en su primera, porque ya han hecho mucha, y si lo están buscando Valerio Music, ustedes van a ver dónde hayan tocado, and you're going to get to see that this group is coming on pretty strong. And I'm going to want you to play a song, but since we are celebrating 1 year, everybody go ahead, cue up the horns. I've got a cake. Así mismo, señores, tengo bizcocho en la casa y tengo un chef, uno de los chefs más populares aquí en Long Island y por todo el resto del Caribe, que nos ha traído un bizcocho. Así que, Rosalía, dime del bizcochito. Let's go.
De regreso con Anthony from the Neighborhood.
Aquí regresamos aquí con el primer año aquí de este programa. Y tengo yo un bizcochito. I have a little cake here that was, let me tell you something. This cake is going to pack a punch because this chef who brought me this cake is a power hitter. We got the music group in the house. We got cake in the house. And to be honest, guys, we would have a lot more like drinks and whatnot. But we got to keep the show, you know, on the air, folks. So we can't go ahead and get drunk in the studio. Pero tengo aquí con nosotros el chef supremo, Chef Lora. Bienvenidos al estudio, Chef Lora. ¿Cómo estás?
Todo bien, gracias a Dios, de vuelta a casa.
Así, sí, el hombre súper dulce, no solamente con lo que hace, pero mírale la sonrisa, señores. Ese es buena gente.
De La Vega, de La Vega.
Así mismo son. Nosotros estamos aquí viendo el bizcocho al lado tuyo. Tú lo hiciste, o sea, yo creo que Joel va a querer el bizcocho porque tiene guira, tiene tambora,
Quiero mi pedazo.
tiene acordeón, right?
No, y lo que tiene dentro, una sorpresa.
Un show que tiene un bizcocho, pero un bizcocho hecho para músicos. Y gracias, chef, por el bizcocho. Yo quiero que la gente entienda un poquito lo que es la carrera tuya. Tú llegar al punto que has llegado, porque lo que has viajado tú no lo viaja cualquier chef. Hablamos de eso un chingo. Los países que tú has visto, la cocina que has entrado.
Bueno, yo desde acá de Long Island manejo Centroamérica, Latinoamérica y el Caribe. Me toca viajar. Digamos que llego a la casa el domingo y me regreso el lunes.
Wow.
O llego el viernes y me regreso el sábado o el domingo. Hago recetas para diferentes países. Y me corresponde, está bajo mi responsabilidad estar ahí como entrenando gente, que yo me vaya, que las cosas sigan haciendo igual. Y entender que también comida para cada país. O sea, postres para cada diferentes gustos, bueno.
Wow, y dime de los postres más interesantes de países que tú dices, no es el flan, no es, como decir, no son los platos que uno está acostumbrado a encontrar, que tú dices, este no lo conocí yo, right? Porque nosotros tenemos nuestro plato de decir, right? Las cosas que estamos acostumbrados, pero en otro país tú has visto algo que tú dices, wow, ese postre no lo he visto.
Bueno, a mí me gustan los dulces, pero si dijera comerme un dulce, para mí sería un crème brûlée. Es uno de los postres más famosos de Italia, que tú lo flameas, no es muy dulce y aparte el caramelo encima combina bien con pocas frutas realmente, con un raspberry. Ese es mi postre favorito.
Y cuando ha llegado a esos países y le introduce a usted algo como eso, el crème brûlée, o usted le introduce el cheesecake de Nueva York, dicen ellos, ¿qué es esto?
No, porque por ejemplo los latinos conocen mucho lo que es el cheesecake porque la cultura de Estados Unidos ha trascendido muchos países y hay muchas culturas fuera de aquí. Pero, por ejemplo, un crème brûlée, tú te vas a un país, digamos que de Centroamérica y te dicen qué es, lo prueban y la gente empieza como a tantear. Porque, por ejemplo, si mezclamos cultura, decimos, a todo el mundo le gusta el tres leches. Y todo el mundo se come un tres leches. Pero si tú te vas a México, que es el país mayor productor de tres leches a nivel mundial, encuentra un tres leche de fresa, un tres leche de chocolate, un tres leche de fruta. O sea, hay miles de tres leches en México.
Wow, me está haciendo agua a la boca. Guys, this guy is a chef, international chef from Dominican Republic, La Vega, represent DR. We're 3 Dominicans right here. So, Mo, Larry, and Curly of the Dominican Republic. And we're talking about an amazing person here on the come up with singing his music, myself as your host, and then we've got Chef Laura. And Chef Laura has been throughout the Caribbean and South America with amazing dishes. Desserts are his specialty. And guys, they are demanding cheesecake and all the European dishes that you can think of in our own countries. So, señores, no nos estamos quedando atrás. Somos internacional con los platos que estamos pidiendo. Pero dime una cosita como más criolla. Un coconete o un dulcecito.
Un dulce de leche cortado.
Exacto. ¿Cómo eso se está moviendo entre los países fuera de la República Dominicana?
Fuera de Dominicana yo dijera, por ejemplo, un dulce de leche cortado, que es un postre ya dominicano a nivel mundial, que tú lo dices en otro lado y no lo conocen. Es como decía habichuela con dulce. La habichuela con dulce es dominicana 100%.
Yeah. Man, ¿sabe que la gente que yo le introducía habichuelas con dulce? So this is sweet beans. When I introduced that to my job, they were like, what the heck am I eating? Joel, you ever brought like food to work and people were like, what is this thing? And it's from your country, so it's like to you, it's delicious. Because that happened to me with habichuela con dulce.
Yeah. I've done it too. In school, I've done it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I put everybody on to like mango and stuff like that, salami.
So it wasn't even a dessert.
Yeah,
Man,
no.
when I took habichuela con dulce to my job, right, the sweet beans, they were like, one of the guys says, this is a great way to fool your kids to eat vegetables. I said, no, la habichuela lleva, cuéntanos lo de ingredientes que lleva la habichuela.
Leche Carnation, leche de coco, leche condensada, habichuela, las galletas que nos quedan, la batata, la azúcar, la brown sugar, la azúcar morena, la leche regular, y es muy simple. Es hervir las especies, habichuela separada y después la batata separada, y después tú haces como el mix.
Yeah.
Y la licuada de todo, que hay una controversia a nivel...
si es licuado o no licuado.
Si es licuado,
a mí me gusta licuado.
Sí, a mí me gusta licuado también.
Listen, we have an international palate here, and I'm trying to get you guys that if you're listening, to get your mouth to water, if you're watching it, to get the imagination flowing, porque es difícil uno describir cómo preparar un plato cuando la persona no lo están viendo enfrente, pero cuando llegan a saber el sabor, dicen, ya de eso nunca me voy a olvidar. Nosotros somos famosos por el habichuela con dulce y el bizcocho dominicano. ¿Por qué es que el bizcocho dominicano es tan famoso?
El bizcocho dominicano es un bizcocho que digamos que es de día a día. O sea, yo mi llegada a Long Island, por ejemplo, ha causado controversia con los dominicanos que hacen bizcocho. Yo tengo varias gente a mi alrededor que hacen bizcocho. Y me dicen, cuando yo me como el tuyo, yo lo puedo dejar afuera, me lo puedo comer 4 días después, 3 días después, y sigue siendo igual. Al contrario, me como de otra gente y no es igual. Otro día se pone duro. Yo siempre digo algo. Los ingredientes te hacen a ti, te ponen en el lugar como en el top. O sea, tú usas ingredientes buenos y tienes un resultado bueno. Usa ingredientes regulares, tienes un trabajo regular. Entonces, el dominicano es muy rico porque tú dices, bueno, el saborcito de la piña te va como al Caribe. Y normalmente un dominicano tú lo conocías porque antes era piña guayaba, de la abuela.
Sí,
normalmente. Sí. Entonces, yo, por ejemplo, aquí mi piña yo la hago, no la compro. Entonces, hay diferencia entre ingredientes, que es lo que hacen realmente el pastel dominicano.
O sea, esa es la fundación, the foundation of your ingredients, what you're starting with, how you started your base. The same thing with music, right? And this is what I love when I bring food and I got music together. It's like I'm kind of like this person in between that's trying to translate this conversation over to you guys. Because bad fundamentals is going to turn out to be a bad song. You can't hide a terrible instrument in a band, ¿verdad? Que si está la banda tocando y hay un instrumento que está fuera, va a quedar fuera, se va a escuchar y uno va a decir, no, ese no sabe tocar. Aunque toda la banda esté tocando lo más duro que pueda, todavía va a pasar ese sabor malo.
Algo pasa.
Sí, ese bizcocho no va a saber igual.
Algo pasa en el camino. Sí.
Yeah, so now, what's in this cake? ¿Qué es lo que tiene este bizcocho?
Se tiene dulce de leche y tiene 3 leches.
Whoa, Joe. No, man, come on. Tell me, what's going on here?
I need that cake right now.
¿Qué dice? Oye, ¿tu mami te quiere botar de la casa ahora? Tu mami te va a decir, ven para acá. Ahora sí te dejan dentro de la casa. Let me tell you something, man. We have so much to offer. And I feel like, we're very tight. Como dominicanos somos bien unidos, bien juntos. Pero, ¿qué tú visto, chef? Ya es tiempo que nosotros nos vamos expandiendo y abriendo la puerta. Porque en la bachata, en la música, hemos viajado por todos países y yo pienso que los platos nosotros, el mangú, los 3 golpes, como tú estabas diciendo,
Sí.
habichuelas con dulce y todo, como que ya el tiempo que la gente llega a conocer cuáles los platos dominicanos.
Entonces, mira, con el tema de la gastronomía dominicana, cuando yo voy a otros lugares me dicen, ¿y qué hacen los dominicanos? ¿Qué comen los dominicanos? O sea, quieren conocer parte de la cultura. Por ejemplo, yo estaba contando a ellos al final, cuando estamos fuera del aire, que yo voy, por ejemplo, a Nicaragua, y en Nicaragua me hacen como si fuera un mofonguito, como si fuera el tostón hecho una canastita con ropa vieja adentro. Y en Nicaragua se comen plátano maduro. Yo, cuando voy, ya el chef del hotel donde yo voy sabe que eso es lo que yo como, y eso me lo hacen. Y ahora está en el menú del hotel.
Wow.
Entonces los dominicanos vamos poco a poco, es como que nos vamos colando cuando hay un poquito y ahí nos quedamos realmente. La cultura de nosotros es muy buena, la comida, y tenemos una mezcla ahora mismo en Dominicana, pues ha crecido tanto de lo que es la comida internacional.
Y el turismo, right? Tourism has picked up so much in the Dominican Republic. So like when we're sitting here, like you've got Dominican Republicans and people who are just in other parts of the world who are drawing it back to Dominican Republic, right? So yo estoy aquí como dominicano de padres porque yo nací aquí, pero voy hablando y la gente van conociendo, oh, es un dominicano. Yo quiero conocer más dominicanos, right? Y nos estamos exportando y la gente a la misma vez están regresando al país, turistas, gente fuera de lo que es la República Dominicana, queriendo conocer. So this is amazing. We can't close the door. What do we do now so that food, music continues to get on beyond the borders, right? Sigue viajando a más países para que la gente conozca más comida. How are you getting yourself out there into the world so people go ahead and realize, hey, this is the export of our country. Come check it out, right?
Yeah.
How are you doing it?
I'm singing bachata although Romeo has done it, Aventura has done it in English, but now I'm adding like comedy to it. Like I'm keeping the New York in me, but I'm keeping the traditional style of bachata.
O sea, que el hombre tiene una bachata que tiene como un poquito de neoyorquino, inglés o lo que sea.
Es inglés, pero tradicional. Porque, like, Aventura, those guys, cantaban bachata en inglés, pero la bachata era urbana. Le pusían ya diferentes efectos. They brought everything new to the bachata.
Sí.
But I'm keeping it traditional, but I'm singing in English.
Wow. Yeah. Pues, mira, Chef, vamos a escuchar un chiste de lo que va a hacer.
Sí.
A ver, porque el Chef trajo un bizcocho y tú traiste una guitarra, pero no creo que fue de moda para utilizarla, right? Pues vamos a ver que toca un poquito. Ustedes tienen un tema que se dice, y ya que estamos hablando inglés, right? I don't want to go to work.
I don't want to work. True story.
So, no quiero ir a trabajar, es el tema. Y es uno de los temas que ustedes tienen pegados. ¿Tú vas a hacer un poquito de solo?
Sí.
Dale para allá.
Dice así. I don't wanna go to work. I don't wanna work tomorrow. I don't wanna go to work. I don't wanna work tomorrow. I just ain't trying to go to work. I don't wanna work tomorrow. I don't wanna go to work. I don't wanna work tomorrow. Yo no quiero trabajar mañana. La estoy pasando súper bien. Yo sé que esta noche va a ser muy larga. Con mi corillo voy a beber. Le toco mi canción con mi guitarra. Y a mi jefe que escuche bien. Listen up. I don't wanna go to work. I don't wanna work tomorrow. I don't wanna go to work. I don't wanna work tomorrow. I just ain't trying to go to work. I don't wanna work tomorrow.
Eso, así mismo.
Pero bien.
Está chévere esa. I don't want to go to work. Oye, y lo dijo como el estilo viejo, like the old school bachata, like the guy's crying, you know what I mean? I had a friend of mine who used to always make fun. He was like, why does it always sound like they're like dying somewhere, you know? And it's like that bachata that gut wrenches.
El amargue.
Wow. Pero un amargue fuerte de no ir al trabajo.
That's what it is, you know. And us, our generation, that you know, we got introduced to the 9 to 5, and you know, we sometimes we don't want to work, we just want to hang out, you know. So, de ahí fue que salió.
Y es verdad, porque mira, en los países nosotros como que vivimos, trabajamos no para vivir. Vivimos y trabajamos, pero no para vivir. No es una necesidad. But when you're here, this grind, this hustle.
It's 24/7. Esto no tiene pare. Allá, yo descubrí cuando era más joven, cuando iba al colmado como a la 1, a las 2, no, está cerrado. Like, ¿Cómo que está cerrado?
Así me pasó a mí, yeah.
Lunchtime. I'm like, lunchtime? And this is closed? I don't understand.
Yes.
Aquí,
2 hours.
Aquí, nothing closes.
Yeah,
ever.
from 12 to 2, there is no business open. Everybody's going to sleep or relaxing, going home.
Oh.
Chef, ¿cómo tú manejas una cocina cuando la cosa están así?
Difícil. Difícil.
Tú dices, no, ya, eso no funciona ya. Esa es la hora de siesta. Y una cosa que siempre me gustaba que pone el himno nacional. They play the national anthem, you know, during that time, which is, I'm like, wow, that is so connecting. Y yo creo que es una de las cosas que trae los dominicanos así tan unidos. You got another song, después que han regresado a su trabajo, right?
So yeah, so I have another song.
Para que se despiertan.
Para que se despierten. Yo no quiero trabajar, pero hay que trabajar. But no se puede trabajar sin beberse su cafecito.
Eso, así mismo. Así cuando regresen de su siesta, deme mi cafecito. Tócame un poquito de eso. Yo quiero escuchar esa.
I like to drink my coffee cada mañana. Y si no bebo mi cafecito, no voy a despertar. Mi favorito es el americano o doble espresso si es que estoy cansado. A veces prefiero un cappuccino o un latte para priven fino. Mi cuerpo en la mañana pide café, que soy adicto a eso, yo lo sé. Cállate y no me hables de té. Casi termino, dame más café. I like to drink my coffee cada mañana. Y si no bebo mi cafecito, no voy a despertar.
Epa, así mismo, tómase su café, señores. I can see so many people jumping behind that. Like, you know, just to throw out some brands, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks. They're like, yo, how are we going to get this coffee sold? Vamos a buscar a Valerio ahí para que nos cante una cancioncita. That's pretty cool. ¿Qué tú crees? ¿Un cafecito con postre? Así que...
Soy enfermo con el café.
¿Ah, sí?
Enfermo.
Oye, de todos los cafés que acabo de mencionar, ¿cuál es que te gusta más? Le dijo cappuccino, expreso. ¿Cuál es tuyo?
Mira, yo todos los días de la mañana en mi oficina, yo tengo una greca que tengo de Santo Domingo.
Yes.
Epa.
Y yo hago esa greca para mí solo todos los días.
It's the
O sea,
best.
Wow. Y bueno, no vamos a decir cuáles son de los cafés, la marca café es mejor, pero...
yo lo traigo de mi país.
¡Epa! O sea, que tiene hasta una finca conocida.
No,
que...
yo lo traigo de mi país, así. Bien tradicional.
Los chefs
Todo el
siempre
café.
tienen su secreto. Los chefs tienen su secreto y no le quieren decir a nadie porque es toda una receta secreta. Listen, this is amazing. Yo me alegro de que ustedes los dos han podido venir para acá, pero dime, con la música, siempre hay un porqué. Right? ¿Por qué tú quisiste hacer esa canción? ¿Por qué tú quisiste ser músico? Obviamente, tú sabes, la música, la carrera de ser músico y también de ser chef es bien difícil. Hay que probarse muchas veces. Es más, hablando de probar, la gente tiene que probar mucho plato tuyo para decir, ok, tú puedes trabajar en mi restaurante o te demos una oportunidad. Y tú tienes que estar hacerte pruebas siempre. Right? You're always testing yourself. And when you're looking at it like, I'm going to jump into this kind of career, it's the why. Right? You actually have a song that's called ¿Por qué?
Yeah.
Right? So if you could tell us a little bit of why you even decided to take this kind of leap, you know, and be on stage and, you know, and put that risk out there, and then sing me a little bit of that song.
Bueno, al principio, I didn't envision, I didn't know it was going to take off the way it did.
Yeah.
You know, because I did the music because it was fun and it was a great way for me easy way for me to express myself. Because when I was younger, era muy tímido, real quiet. I'm still a quiet guy. But when you put a guitar on me, it's like I become this other person and I'm comfortable and I could talk and I can play and then I can crack jokes and make funny songs. You know, so I used it like as a gateway to let me get out there and
So,
you know.
so even in your 9 to 5, right, where you have to go to work,
Yes.
you have to go 9 to
I
5.
have to go.
You still feel that the music really lets you connect with the true Joel, right? Like
Yes.
the true Valerio in you, right?
Yes.
And your father could probably feel the same way too, right? When he came here as well. Y usted como chef, ¿cómo te siente como que lo que tú haces te deja tu vocación, o sea, te deja expresar quién tú eres realmente?
Lo primero es que nosotros hacemos lo mismo que con la gente, que los músicos, y lo hacemos con el corazón. O sea, hay momentos en que yo digo, bueno, me tiene que gustar a mí primero como profesional para que le pueda gustar a otra gente. Si no, no tiene sentido.
No lo hace.
No
lo hace.
me tiene que gustar
el
a mí.
plato no sale de la cocina.
No tiene
That
tiene
happens
sentido.
to you, right? Te escribes una canción, you write a song, and all of a sudden it's just not going anywhere. And you're just like, but ¿por qué lo sigue haciendo? Es para hacer a otro feliz.
Sí.
Oye, cántame la canción, ¿por qué? Porque ya estamos hablando de eso no sé ni cuántas veces. So let's go with that. I want to hear a little bit of that.
Dice: cuando te conocí recuerdo que fue algo muy especial. Un instante de conexión entre tú y yo que no se puede negar. Fuiste tan perfecta, todo lo que soñé. En tan poco tiempo yo me enamoré. Tú sientes lo mismo, eso se puede ver, pero yo no comprendo por qué me haces sonreír, por qué me invitas a bailar, por qué hablamos horas en el teléfono si nunca me lo vas a dar, porque te quiero para mí, porque eres mi felicidad, porque hablamos horas en el teléfono si nunca me lo vas a dar, porque hablamos horas en el teléfono si nunca me lo vas a dar.
Wow, mira. Eso, yo siento, tú estabas cantando esa canción. Nosotros sabemos que es de una mujer que estamos hablando, pero yo me puse a pensar, yo dije, wow, eso es como tú dándole una canción a tu guitarra, de cómo te hace sentir.
Yeah.
Tú cantándole a un bicocho. Yo cantándole el micrófono. En serio, nosotros estamos aquí. Uno se encuentra en su propia pasión. No siempre tiene que ser la figura de una mujer. Uno puede decir que no es eso literalmente, pero es el amor que uno tiene al arte. Sí. Right? Like you fall in love with a certain art, you move towards it. You're connecting to it. Mm-hmm. And now this song, that's all I thought about the entire time. I was like, that's him. That's him with this song. That's you with your food. And that's me on this microphone, right? So, you know, I really appreciate the fact that we were able to come together and do this sort of thing.
Great. This is amazing.
Yeah, especially on our first year. Nosotros tenemos mucho más para regresar a este programa. We got a lot we're going to come back with. And since I'm going to go on a little bit of a break, we're going to go into a topic about la comunidad de nosotros. We're going to get into this cake. Y bueno, señores, ya usted sabe, yo voy para allá. Así que cógelo, Anthony Santos. Let's go.
De regreso con Anthony from the Neighborhood.
Así mismo, señores, de regreso aquí con los campeones aquí de la República Dominicana. Tengo un chef de primera que, bueno, ya me encendiste la vela. Tengo que hablar rápido antes que se derrite.
No, vamos un ratito.
Y aquí tengo bachatero, merenguero, Valerio in the house, señores. Y este es un programa bilingüe. Ya usted sabe que nosotros estamos invitando a todo el mundo. We invite everybody to be a part of our culture, a part of our experience, a part of the neighborhood. We've had everybody who's come here, from CEOs to nonprofit organizers to community activists, government officials who have been on my program. It's a great place for you to get to know your community. Y aquí, bueno, ya yo sabe que yo fui para allá, regresé y ya estamos aquí con nuestras personas y quiero hacerle 2 o 3 preguntitas más a lo que me dé la vela. Y claramente le vamos a entrar ese bicocho. So, ya te sabes, chef.
Sí, esperamos.
Yo tengo una pregunta para todos ustedes. Esta pregunta siempre viene así de la cajita que tengo yo por ahí, que ahora está aguantando el bicocho. Pero es un segmento que está patronizado. Lo voy a traducir en español. Es una pregunta que yo no sé lo que voy a hacer, pero es una pregunta sana. Para que la gente llegue a conocerte un poquito más profundo. Y alguna vez una pregunta como ¿cuál es tu mejor vestir para Halloween? You know, so alguna vez es una bobería, pero quiero es que ustedes me lo den una respuesta para que el público lo conozca un poquito más. Like, just connect with you a little bit more.
Deal.
With that, folks, let me get the quick jam here so I can go ahead and introduce this. All right, so this segment is being sponsored by my sponsor here for April. It's Susie Padro. She is sponsoring the entire month. Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, NMLS number 1310470. Her phone number is 516-281-5433. If you're looking to refinance, purchase a home equity line, and things of that sort, this is the person you need to call. Susi Padro. Once again, 516-281-5433, 516-281-5433. Susi Padro para todas sus preguntas sobre préstamos, hipotecas y lo que tenga que ver con bienes raíces. Con respecto a finanzas, llámala Susi Padro. Ese es 516-281-5433. And let's go with this question now. Here we go. The question is, so in English first.
Go ahead.
Do ants, mosquitoes, ticks, or spiders scare you more? Which one? And why? So la pregunta en español, para lo que él lo piensa, las moscas, los mosquitos, las hormigas, las pulgas o las arañas, ¿cuál es la que te dé más miedo y por qué? And I'm going to be honest with you, ticks for me.
Ticks?
Ticks for me, because ticks got Lyme disease and all this crazy stuff, y esa cosa se te entierra en la piel y tú no sabes que están ahí. So, ticks for me, I'm out on that one.
I'm going to say... los mosquitos.
Los mosquitos te joden mucho cuando tú estás en la República.
Oh, even here, like you don't notice it until the damage is already done. Like,
hay un comediante que en Instagram, yo creo que se llama Rodel.
Rodel.
Él tiene uno chistoso de un mosquito y dije, ¡pah! Te pegué ahí. You know, and all of a sudden the mosquito shows up in little spots and it's just the camera, but it's hilarious. Y los mosquitos allá, es verdad que no flojan. Dime, Chef, ¿y tú?
Cuando tú vas de aquí para allá te acaban, de verdad, como que sangre nueva.
I know, they can taste it. Like, this is American blood, right?
My parents, it's weird. My parents have I guess new technology now. They have like a tennis racket. I don't know if you've seen it. It's an electric tennis racket.
Yeah, they pass it and they like zaps them in the air.
My mom is in the house all day in the summer just doing this.
La raqueta.
Sí, la raqueta eléctrica.
¿Y a ti qué te mete miedo, Chef?
No voy a decir miedo, sino que por la parte de salud, la mosca no me gusta.
La mosca.
Porque transportan diferentes bacterias y cuando se posan, por ejemplo, sobre algo, ellas ponen como los huevos de ella y entonces ahí se producen los gusanos y son tremendas en cuanto a lo que es la salud.
Sí. Yo creía que te iba a decir hormiguitas, la hormiga. Porque la hormiga, una vez yo me tuve que comer un coconete y yo quería un dulce. I really wanted something sweet and that thing was full of ants. Con esa amiguita chiquitica allá en la República Dominicana. Yo me la comí. I ate it with the ants. I was a kid. Tú sabes, cuando tú estás en la República Dominicana y tú estás en un campo, right? Yo estaba en el campo, en la familia mía de la charca. Yo estaba en la charca y entonces para yo salir, no hay carretera, no hay cera ni nada, no te dejaban salir. Entonces yo digo, wow, me como un limoncillo, me como este coconete con hormiga. I did it, man. I ate it with the ants.
Survivor mode.
Well, I thought you were going to say that porque a ellos les gustan el dulce.
Sí,
oh my God. And the ants in DR are like hyper speed. Guys, esto ha sido un placer estar con ustedes. Yo quiero meterle este bicocho, quiero soplar esa vela para cumplir este primer año. So let's go ahead and do this right now. Let's get into this. Oh my gosh. 1 year here at Latino Mixx. I hope this, and they still haven't gotten a wireless microphone. So we're working with this as we can. All right. ¿Qué se hace? ¿Cumpleaños feliz?
Cumpleaños.
You got a birthday song? Vamos, con todo el mundo que está en el estudio. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, big wish. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias. Gracias, Chef Lora. Ya usted sabe. Chef, ¿cómo se pueden comunicar contigo? Deja tu información.
Normalmente yo por el Instagram yo uso chef_Lora1.
Así mismo, como dicen la gorra, señores, cogerle la cámara ahí mismo que está en la gorra escrito Chef Lora. Y Chef, pues ¿dónde le meto yo el cuchillo? Aquí?
Donde quiera, te diré. Eso es suyo.
Mira, no le voy a romper la tambora, ¿oíste, yo? Voy a pasar por aquí mismo, mira, por el lado ahí. ¡Yeah! Digo, gracias, un placer. Y nosotros vamos a comer bizcocho. Guys, if you don't have your cake at home, make sure you get one because we're celebrating an entire year. Thank you for being a part of the show. Until next time, I'll be seeing you from the neighborhood.